Okay, I'm here in Marmoset Toolbag and I want to check out this gel feature. This is basically where you would put an image into your light. In most 3D software, you have the ability to actually go into the light. Most DCCs, you would have a node-based graph to look at and actually place an image in there and plug it into the light. This is basically where you would do it in Toolbag. Now here is my scene. I have this Sega Game Gear. This is a piece of mine. And I have this key light right here. As you can see, this is very much the key light, giving most of the illumination. I have a fill on top here, which is just giving this and this right here. And a little bit of just something there. I've got these skylights on. I have two of them on. This one's just kind of giving this shape right here, and this skylight 2, which is giving that fill light over there. And obviously I have a sky, I have an HDR on, and it is this one right here. Now, I'm going to go into the key light, in case you need to see it. If you hit Control U, that's the hotkey in Marmoset to basically show and hide stuff in your scene. So now let's go and let's create something to chug in here. I'm gonna go into Photoshop, and here I am in Photoshop, and I'm going to just do black. And I'm going to hit G for gradients, and I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to save this out. Export PNG. Now in my second monitor I have my browser open, and I'm just going to take this image and I'm just going to drag it in here. And there you go. Now it's in here. So as you can see, immediately things just got darker because, well, the light is now only showing through this area right here where it's white, where it's fully white. It's all showing through, and it's literally occluding these areas right here. You can do you have a gel tiling situation, is doing exactly what you might guess. It's literally just tiling it. So you can see here, you can see the shape of it. It's like this. If you were to just take this and maybe do something like this, and you would just be tiling it like so. I guess it'd be easier to just do it this way, huh? And just like this. So if you tile it, the setting of 2, you get this. So you're seeing 4 of them instead of 1. So you can create some interesting effects this way just by creating stuff like this. So now I'm just going to go ahead and set it back to 1. And again, you can, nothing to stop you from going into your key light and just adjusting your brightness up a little bit. Like, okay, well, maybe that might help. And you can just use this just to help you, just to shape the light. If you feel like the cone, we hit Control U. If you feel like that's just not giving enough flexibility, you can just use this just to control where things are. Just bring that down a bit. But now let's go back into Photoshop, and instead of this, Control Z a little bit, let's just do this. And I'm going to export this out as PNG. Go back to Toolbag. I'm going to drag that file and drag it in. And now it's coming through with that shape. And again, let's tile it and see what happens. So now you're getting a longer shape, and it's just kind of coming through in a piece. Whoa. And coming through in a piece like this, and a little bit over here as well. You can see a little bit better if you go really extreme. You can see a piece here, a piece there, a piece here. And now let's really exaggerate it. It goes up to 10. Can we go higher? Can we go to 20? Yes, we can go to 20. And then you got this, you know, blinds effect here basically. So you can see all kinds of, how you can do all kinds of creative possibilities when you do this. Now, let's go back and let's try something else. Let's say I'm gonna go ahead and this, make it a little bit bigger. And I'm going to Control J this and make the next one, double click, black. Go in here. Let's see if we can get some weird effects doing this. And I am going to maybe brighten this whole thing up. Levels. Really exaggerate that. Okay. I'm going to export this out as a PNG as well. Go in here. If you don't want to drag and drop, you can, of course, always just click on this and it will just open up your browser. Click on it. Boom. And that looks absolutely hideous because I still have the tiling on 20. So let's hit it on 1. And let's just bring it up a little bit. And you can see getting some weird effects here. And in this particular example, you know, it's maybe not, this one's maybe not as successful, but you can see how you've got all kinds of possibilities. Like you can just imagine any type of shape, any kind of gobo or cookie cutter you want to put into the light, and just imagine any type of shape you can put on a light to occlude the light from showing forth completely. You have that flexibility in Toolbag, and you can get some creative lighting features going on here. Let's just go back into the light, and oh, I was already on it, duh. And just crank the brightness up here a little bit. And you can see, be careful here, because what happened was at the beginning, like one of the first things I did was I made it bigger. Because one of the reasons I kept it nice and small here is to make sure that I had black around the edges, because now you're getting this unintentional tile effect here. Just be careful about that. And bring that down. Now let's go back in and let's just do one more option. And you guessed it, I'm going to go take this, take this Sega thing, kill the saturation. Actually, no, better way to do it. Black and white, click that button, take the blue, and do that. Let's just go ahead and collapse all that. Make sure we can get it, see if we can get any better than this. All right, and let's do this, and export this out. Wait, hold on, actually, like I was just saying, invert the selection. Now let's just make sure we get that black around the edges so we don't get any weird tiling effects. Export as PNG. Drag and drop this over. Boom, right there. And yeah, definitely makes no sense right here, but let's just go bring this down. So okay, based on this pixelation, I'm going to go back in and I'm going to just filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Whoa, that's a lot. And let's go, yeah, let's do that. And I'll resave that out. And I'm just going to go into the setup here. I have my key selected. And let's try to rotate it a little bit. And I'm just going to watch this here. See what we can do. It's a little nuts, I know. Let's go back here to classic. Go back to the key. And again, it's almost like it's coming through. I don't know, it's coming through the window, it's coming through, maybe there's some things in front of the window, you never know. I don't know, I think that looks kind of cool. You can maybe adjust the temperature here. Make it a little warmer. Yeah, it looks like sunlight coming into me. I'm going to go ahead and render this out. Render image. And it'll come back when that's done. And now that it's done, I can see that I accidentally have this one extra light rendering out, so let me fix that real quick. Boom. And let's go, which one was it? Fill bottom, Control U. Yes, it was that one. Go to fill bottom, and let's say visible shape. And now let's render again. and I'll come back when that's done. And now we're back, and yes, that light is now gone. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool looking. Obviously you have full creative control. You can put whatever you want in there. Just make it a square image, a black and white image. Just think of it as the black areas of the image are going to occlude out the areas of the light so that the light will be basically blocked and it will only go through the areas in the white. And you can get some really cool lighting effects this way. Again, keep in mind that with your lighting, you're not just adding lights. Think of it in terms of like you're adding shadow as well. You don't want to wash out everything and just have everything evenly lit, because it's just going to be much more, it's generally agreed that it's much more interesting and dynamic when lighting is not that straightforward and you have nice areas of contrast like this. Hope this video was helpful for you all. If it was, please let me know in the comments. I appreciate that. Thanks for watching and take care. Hey everybody, Scott here. Real quick, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you found it helpful at all, please consider sharing it with an online community of some sort so that other people can benefit from it as well. That would absolutely help out a small channel like mine. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and take care.